Good afternoon, I'm Josh Duncan, and these are some of the top headlines out of the KelownaNow newsroom today. Kelowna City Council has approved a new 19-story tower for Coronation Avenue, and if that street doesn't mean anything to you, it is one block south of Clement Avenue and the future building at 627 Coronation Avenue. It's going to be around 100 meters south of the RCMP detachment, just off Richter Street. The finished product, this building will have a total of 140 units. So that includes 25 studios, 55 one-bedrooms, 52 two-bedrooms, and just 8 three-bedrooms. The building's also going to include a 25-space childcare facility. Amenities are going to include a gym, lounge space, outdoor kitchen, sports court, outdoor furniture, and barbecues. Future residents can also expect 112 parking stalls, which isn't quite one per unit. However, 194 bicycle stalls as well for the kind of downtown property. No members of the public spoke out against the project at a recent public hearing, and it passed with overwhelming support in council as well, with only Charlie Hodge opposed. Sticking with development news here, the company handling the old Tolko mill site redevelopment hosting an open house tonight to give the public a chance to see the master plan for the 44-acre mill site and share their thoughts about the mega project that is going to completely transform Kelowna's North End over the next couple of decades. Whole Developments is hosting the open house at 1001 Manhattan Drive. It'll take place 4 to 8 p.m. tonight. City Council approved the concept plan for this massive project last October. It's going to guide the redevelopment of the mill site over the next 15 years through various phases. Early work going to focus on the waterfront, public plaza spaces, and potentially a hotel. More residential buildings will start to pop up through years 5 and 15. A very interesting plan. You can check it out in various stories we have on it, or head down there tonight and give your thoughts to the developers. As emergency room closures continue in small BC interior communities, Interior Health is teaming up with the Ministry of Health to launch a virtual emergency care pilot program. It's set to launch in Clearwater, Nakusp, Lillooet, and Princeton, all towns that have been plagued by ongoing ER closures. IH says planning is underway with physicians, staff, and Indigenous and local governments. Out of those 4 communities that will be involved in this pilot program, Lillooet, by far the most affected by those ongoing healthcare ER closures, because of the healthcare crisis. The village of Lillooet has been hit with nearly 50 closures this year alone, around 130 since the start of 2024, and that includes closures that lasted multiple days. The health authority says this program would better support overnight emergency care through a mix of virtual and on-site staffing, with a hope of reducing full overnight closures and forcing patients to drive sometimes multiple hours to the next closest hospital when those ERs are closed. Clearwater Mayor Merlin Blackwell, who's been quite outspoken on this, as Clearwater has had issues with ERs, he applauded the ongoing efforts of Interior Health, the Ministry of Health, and local healthcare staff in finding innovative solutions to ensure ERs can eventually stay open 24/7 without closures. Blackwell noting that working together to find creative solutions to rural healthcare challenges is the best way forward. A couple on Vancouver Island is searching for answers after both of their beloved pet dogs were shot in the chest over the weekend. Police were called to the scene of the incident in Souk around noon on Sunday. A family member saying one of the dogs, Rip, made it home crying out in pain, while the other, Silo, was tragically found dead in a neighbor's driveway. Rip is currently fighting for his life at an emergency vet in the Victoria area. The family member says they don't know who did this or why, but they're heartbroken trying to understand how anyone could do such a thing. A GoFundMe to support the couple with emergency vet bills for Rip and end-of-life care for Silo has already raised over $6,000. On Tuesday, the RCMP released a statement saying the shooting was under investigation. Staff Sergeant Greg Wilcox called the set of circumstances very concerning. He said police will continue to seek clarity on why this happened and whether it was criminal in nature. Wrapping up in sports, the UBCO Heat men's and women's golf teams are back home after another successful trip to the Canada West Championships. This year's conference championship held at the Chilliwack Golf Club, where the men's team won their second consecutive title and the women grabbed silver medals for a third straight year. The men, who edged the UBC Thunderbirds by just 2 shots in the team competition, they were led by Ryan Gillis, whose 9 under par 2-day score enough to earn him a first-team All-Star nod. He certainly wasn't alone, though, as Heat teammates Andrew Rubel and Chris Joe finished -8 and -6 respectively, both sliding into the top 10 of the individual leaderboard and earning second-team All-Star nods. On the women's side, it was UBC who defeated UBCO in the team competition, maybe getting a little revenge for their men, but the Heat gals closed the gap on the powerhouse Thunderbird program that has won the last several years. It was once again, she's spectacular on the links. Julia Alexander Carew, she was 2 under over the 2 days. That helped the team finish just 6 shots back of UBC in the overall standings. Both Alexander Carew and Lauren Nito, who finished +1, they were named first-team All-Stars. The Heat golf teams now heading to Arizona in early November for one more tournament in the fall term before they get a little break over the winter, and then the spring season will be here before you know it. So great job to both Heat teams. Good luck in Arizona, and then some big tournaments coming our way in the spring. All right, a quick look at the forecast. Mainly cloudy and 10 degrees in Kelowna right now. The high is 13. Not sure if we're going to get there today. Could see a bit of rain this evening, then partly cloudy overnight as it dips down to 4. Thursday's forecast calling for a mix of sun and cloud and a high of 13 degrees. That is it for me today, but you can read up on all these stories and plenty more at KelownaNow.com, and be sure to check us out on social media as well. That is KelownaNow.com on TikTok, KelownaNow on X, Best of Kelowna Now on Instagram and Facebook, actually, and then Now Media Group on YouTube. Enjoy your evening, Kelowna. I am back here tomorrow for another look at our best headlines, top headlines. We'll see you then.
We don't just report the news. We live here too. We're your neighbors, bringing you stories that matter to all of us. No government funding, no outside influence. Kelowna Now, local, independent. News you can trust.